SMARTVIEW. Today we'll be going on the part 2 of the strategy I dropped yesterday, which was on the esports. So right about now I'll be doing something, but let's get this. Now this game just finished, just got the first goal. If you watch the other video, you understand how to go about this. So now this game, Argentina against Russia, got a first goal, and after the first goal entered, you can see that Russia was on 1.55 odds, currently on what, 1.52 odds. Now let's get over to the over and under and see what they are actually saying on that particular point now. So right now, as I stated, whenever there is a game that has over 1.50 after scoring, you give it what, under 3.5. So let's do this right now. Use the amount of 500, play this game under 3.5 right now. So we'll be taking in 500 naira under 3.5. As I stated to you, whenever the game has an odd of what, over 1.50 after scoring, you do what, place that kind of game under 3.5 or under 4.5. So right now I've placed the bet and then they have removed the under 3.5 section. That is why you have to be early. As I stated, whenever the goal enter, that is when you have to play it immediately. Don't allow time to go. As you know, this game finishes within 8 to 12 minutes. That means you have to be quick. You have to always watch out for the game and know when the goal enter, then you stake it out. So let's check this out right now. Going back, we don't have another game we can play. This is England against Czech Republic. No one has scored so far. Now no one has scored. So Argentina against Russia, right? Argentina against Russia. That's it. Yep. So on the 3.5, they are still on 1-0. They'll be entering their second half very soon. So Colombia against Germany, play 2-0. We weren't in early. We would have known what to play on this, but don't play after the second goal. Now, one major thing about this system is that whenever a game scores and after scoring, they have an odd of over 1.60, let's say 1.70, 1.80, thereabout. Always play that kind of game. Go. I believe you got me clearly now. If a particular game started, they were on 0-0, and after like 3 minutes, one person scored, they were at what, 1-0, or 2 minutes or 5 minutes, or whenever they scored 1-0, then after scoring, that person who scored was still on a high odd of 1.80. You can play the game a go. There is no guarantee to that. That is why I prefer playing my over and under. As you can see right now, I played my last 3 games. We are all successful. I used 600 for this game, 1020 on Everton game here, 1.70 odd. The next game here, 300, I made 426. The next game, Czech Republic here, 200, I made 1.60. This other one was a loss. Here right now I played what, and over 1.5 for the first half, which I'm not supposed to do. This is not part of my gaming technique. I just tried it out. I don't play first half games, but I played this over 1.5 on a risk factor and it went out against me. This right now, it was just a test. As you can see, I just used 10 naira to stake it this morning. These were my first games of the morning, just to confirm it. So over 2.5, one at 1.90. But this here played it over 2.5. They just ended at 1-0. Though I can't blame them, I went for a higher odd at 1.85, which you shouldn't do. Always make sure that you go for lesser coins and lesser games. I mean, sorry, it was what was showing on my screen. I just said out. So let's look into this right now. Okay, so seems like this game is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good. So far we are still on 1-0. The under 2 should be lesser than the over 2 right now. So under 2, 1.60, over 2 odds. That means it's going to go. England against Czech Republic, someone is about to score now. So England has scored, imagine, all the way to second half before they were able to score their first goal. Very bad. So Argentina, Russia, still good. Now 2 games have started. We have to monitor this game to know what we'll play. At the top you can see Ajax starting, Benfica also starting. England scored now and they are at 1.45. When you go and check out the odds now, this is what you see. Over 2.5 should be there, but you can see the over 2.5 at a high odd of what, 2.35. You have to skip out this game. That was why I lost the other one the other time. I played it with a high odd. Never go for the higher odds. Now the time is already gone. They have a possibility of not scoring it, though they might end 1-1, or like you can see they just scored another one now. They might end 1-1 or 2-1, but to avoid the risk, don't do that. Now, as you can see, Ajax just scored right now. Against Ajax, they scored right now. My Argentina Russia still on 1-0 against Ajax. They just scored now, but they are on 2.50. Very crazy. Go. Where is my go? But I don't, not sure the option, not here. Too bad. Okay, so right now, one major thing I know is that what goals will be so much here. Next goal, you can play away to score, but that's not part of my gaming strategy. Over 5.5 is way too much. I don't play more than over 3.5. But right now, one thing we are sure is that this is a go game. There is no two ways about it. Let's go back to avoid missing opportunities. So against Ajax, they have scored. Ajax will surely score. Let's get back now. Okay, so my Argentina is still playing 1-0. Now Benfica has scored and they are at 1.09 odds after scoring over 2 and over 3. But you can see so much as over 5.5. Very crazy. If we had seen a way over 2.5, we would have played it, but over 3.5 is way too much. Don't play that. Over 3.5 is way too much. So no option for us to play here. We can only play it over 3.5 or home or whatever club has the lesser odds as of when the goal was scored over 2.5. So let's get back. Let's head back right now. Ajax should score soon enough. Argentina Russia is seems they're about to end soon. They have 3 more minutes. Someone is about to score now. Who is scoring? So Russia has gotten their second goal. Good enough. Now PSV Benfica, it seems like goal just came in. Benfica, right? No, Benfica has scored before. Who did I get that on? Can't really recall that. But looking at this now, Benfica still at 1.09. Argentina going fine. So my 500 naira is going to pay out on profit. Real Madrid scored and they are currently at 1.85 odds. So an under 3 is good enough. So under 3, but under 3 has an high odd, which is currently falling. So let's take in 300 there. This is rather risky, so I'm just risking this out. This is a risky game, but as I stated, that is how my strategy works. So under 3.5 right now. So as you can see, it's dropping. It's still dropping. This game should be an 8 minutes game or thereabout. For them to give an under 3 at such an odd, should be an 8 minutes game. Let's confirm that. So this is how you go. You have so many opportunities to make your gameplay every day, like up to 300 to 400 esports game goes up per day. That means if you are able to get a good strategy to play this game, you can take this up full time, because every single minute of the day they have a game running. Now you can see that this match is 8 minutes. That's why the under 3.5 is that low. It's just an 8 minutes game, and they are already what? They have almost played quarter of the game. They have almost played quarter of the game. So let's go back. So 1.47. Imagine my under 3 now is at 1.47 odds. That means it's good enough to go. Good enough to go. Though they might score a second goal soon, I don't know. But if they don't score for the first half, it's gone. So Argentina against Russia is on 2-1. How about Ajax? Ajax has not scored a game up until now. I'm sure their over should be on over 2 or over 3. So over 3.5. Good enough. If I want, I can risk this out, but this is what I will do. I'll just take out 10 naira on it just for trial and let me be able to verify the game. That's why you see all those 10 naira stakes on my game. I use those amounts to just confirm the games out. Imagine I just played now and they just scored. Crazy. That's too bad. Too bad. They should be all over 4.5 now. The next option you see is over 4.5. Over 3 should not be available anymore. So it's over 4.5 now. I don't want to play over 4.5. That's why I have to skip it. So as I told you, they are sure to score. So that is it there. The goal complete. So let's take a look at this. Argentina has scored their 3rd goal right now. Argentina has scored their 3rd goal. Real Madrid, that's real crazy. PSG against Real Madrid are on 3 goals now. It's gonna be hard to win this. I'm not sure I'm winning this. This is a gun game. But Argentina should be thinking about closing right now. Okay, seems the game is all out. Let me confirm that for my stake. So 500 to win 760. The game should be out by now. So the 300 from Real Madrid, I don't see the possibility of that playing out at all. They've played 3 games in the very first half. So most of the time, try to avoid that when the odds are way too close and not consistent. If the odds was on like 1.60, I would have taken it. But whenever they score, that is when you know the true odds. Okay, they paid for this. Whenever they score, that is when you know the true odds of the game. So this is it right now. PSG against Real Madrid. Still in their first half, they have played 3 goals. Too bad. Now look at Ajax. You can see that Ajax that they scored 1 against has what? Equalized and has started winning the game at 1.2 odds. Someone is about to score now. Ajax again, 1-3. You can see that what? Over 3 has entered. Over 3 is complete. PSV against Benfica, they are still playing 0-1. Too bad. Very low scores. Atletico against Barca 2-1. Very quick, under 3 minutes. PSG still doing the same. They scored 3 goals in the very first half. I don't see the possibility of that game coming true. So as I stated to you, first things first, whenever the game scores, that is when you should. So guys, as crazy as it can be, something crazy happened. Going over to result, our PSG game still came out well. This is rather very crazy. 1-2 first half, they held on to the 1-2 up until the ending of the match. That's so crazy, like I can't even believe it up till now, but seems this whole team goes very perfectly well and tries to coordinate himself in the best way, the very best way it can. So the PSG game also was successful. Argentina also. So my last 5 games has all been successful right now. So every single one of the first 5 last games successful.